guys, what's up? It's Megan, and we are on day 4 of our 7 days of yoga for the beginner. And we're here in the jungle in Costa Rica, and it can be noisy from time to time. We have a lot of input from the birds and the locusts and the ocean, which is lovely, but it sometimes can be a little distracting. So hopefully you can tune in, okay? And so again, today we're working on day 4, and today we're going to cover strength in the practice. And so obviously we all know, being strong is a good thing, right? So I don't need to really explain that too much. It's just the stronger we are, the better off we are, right? So I was talking in the very beginning in the alignment tutorial about muscle energy and organic extension, and I'd say that's a huge part of what we want to bring into this particular tutorial, focusing on strength, as we're working on drawing energy from the periphery to the core. So it's like hugging muscle to bone, and then it's expanding from the core of the body to the periphery. So it creates this kind of spanda, this organic extension muscle energy. So it's expanding and contracting essentially. So what we're going to do is a series of poses that are going to be a little harder than some of probably the previous, because we're going to be holding them and really working just a little bit more in each pose, getting into some of the alignment, which is another way to cultivate strength. Okay, so we're going to come to all fours to begin. So I'm in the tabletop position, hands are active, back toes curling under, and then I'm going to move into downward facing dog. So I have my hands placed mindfully to the foundation, pressing down through the tips of the fingers, roots and mounds of the hands. So I'm going to work the forearms in an internal fashion, internal rotation, and then externally rotating the upper arm bones. I have the spine long and full, my feet are active, pressing down into the mat, and I can bend my knees a bit if I need here, and as a beginner you might find that that's necessary. However, if you're able to do down dog without rounding in your spine, then again you can straighten the legs and reach the heels towards the earth. Being able to hold this pose for any length of time is challenging, as you're probably already feeling. But that's again one of the ways that we cultivate our strength, is through holding poses. If you ever need a break, you just come to your knees or rest in child's pose. Child's pose, by the way, if anybody isn't familiar, is here. Okay, so knees wide and toes together, forehead down. So if at any time in any of these sequences you feel fatigued or tired, you can certainly take that and rest. Okay, we're going to glide forward into plank variation. So being able to hold plank, also another great place that we can cultivate our strength. As a beginner, you might need to bring your knees to the mat. You're still going to get the main benefit. We're getting a toning of the abdominal muscles, strengthening of the arms. I'm going to extend forward, bending the elbows, and I slowly begin to lowering into low cobra, into bhujangasana. Okay, and then I rise, releasing the tops of the feet, full cobra bhujangasana. Curling the toes under, I come all the way back into downward dog. And then I'll walk forward, uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, rise, come all the way up to stand, extend through the fingertips. Exhale, sit down, utkatasana, chair variation. So in chair pose, the feet are about hip width distance roughly, so that the ankles are underneath the heads of the thigh bones. Activating the feet, I press down through the big toe, the arches are lifting. Now energetically, I'm going to firm the shins in, but press the knees apart. Inner thighs move back and wide, and then I lengthen up from the spine, the heads of the arm bones, opening heart and throat. Sit down a little bit more deeply, and then release, fold forward, uttanasana, standing forward fold. Touch the earth. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, fold, place your hands. So now you can hop or step back. If I'm hopping back, I would hop back to bent elbows, coming back to plank traditional. So as a beginner, more than likely you're going to want to just step back to plank. But, if you're a little more athletic and inclined to do so, you can kick it up a notch by just hopping back to chaturanga. Extending forward, hold. Again, knees can come down if you need. Bend the elbows lower. and then rise, Bhujangasana. Curl the toes under and press back. Downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward. Spin the back heel down. Parshvakonasana. So right hand can be to a block if needed. We'll go over modifications fully in one of our future tutorials here in our 7 days of yoga. So right heel aligning with back arch. Left arm extends. Okay, so one of the big things with strength is that really working the alignment, and that's a big part of it. So we work internal rotation, left inner thigh moving back. We work more of an external rotation of the right thigh, right side body lifting away from the right thigh as well, and then we turn the base ribs up towards the sky. Take one more breath. Rise, Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. This is a really good one for strength. It's a hard pose to hold for very long. We have left inner thigh moving back. We work more of an external rotation of the right leg, and then we lengthen side body long, heart and throat open, and then we reverse it. Left hand to the back of the left thigh, and right arm extends back. Stay into the lunge in the right knee, reach back, and then transition, straighten the right leg. Trikonasana, right fingertips down, left arm extends. We press down through big toe, top of the shin bone moving forward, base glutes, drawing there towards the sacrum, open heart and throat. And then we transition, Ardha Chandrasana. Again, you can bring your hand to a block if you need. So in Ardha Chandrasana, we kick the left foot out a bit. We can always bend the knees if necessary as a little modification. Take one more breath. And then touch the earth. We come to standing splits. We hold here in standing splits. I can bend my knee slightly if needed. I work left inner thigh up, 2 hips in one line, looking forward, and then lower left. Inhale, rise, come all the way up. Exhale, sit down, Utkatasana. Active feet, steady shins, we send the thigh bones back. Lengthen the spine, open the heart and the throat. Sit down a little more deeply for the final moments. And then fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Place your hands, step back. We come to down dog, and then I'm going to lower my knees, and we're going to do some little yoga push-ups here. Okay, so I'm going to place my hands a little wider now than the mat. You can do your hands like so in the base. I like to do fingertips. It's a little more challenging. Knees are back behind the hips. I bend the elbows, I lower, hover, press back, extend forward, lower, hover, press back, extend forward, lengthen, lower, hover, release the pelvis. Lift the feet, the arms, very much strengthening the back along the spine, the erectors, all the muscles of the backs of the body, back of the body for that matter. Lift, open the heart, full breath. Exhale. Inhale back. Exhale. Inhale back. Exhale, place the hands. Curl the toes under. So you can press away from the mat in this kind of reverse chaturanga, which is going to be a little more challenge. But again, if you want to try to kind of kick it up a notch, you're welcome to do so, or just press to all fours and then come back to downward dog. So I press, coming all the way back. Step the left foot forward. soften the back heel down. Parsvakonasana. Right arm extends. Right inner thigh back. Energetically drag the heels towards one another. Turn the base ribs up towards the sky. And then inhale, warrior two. Heel to arch alignment. Extend out through the fingertips. I like to flip my palms up in warrior. Just get more heart opening external rotation. And then transition, reverse. Right hand, back of the right thigh. Left arm extends back. Stay low in the lunge. Transition, Trikonasana. Again, you can bring left hand to a block here if you need. Right arm extends. Press down powerfully into the earth. We root down to rise. Transition, Ardha Chandrasana. Step the right foot in halfway to make the transition. Left hand to the block or to the mat. Right leg lifts. And again, a more remedial expression is knees bent. Expand from the fullness of the heart. And then touch the earth. Standing splits. We look forward. Two hips in one line. Right inner thigh lifting. And then lower right. Inhaling, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, bow. Inhaling, rise, come all the way up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhaling, extend. Exhaling, fold. Inhaling, lengthen. Exhaling, bow. Place your hands. Step back. Downward dog. Next variation, plank. So arm balance, basic arm balance is going to definitely require a lot of upper body strength. And we're going to roll to the outer edge of the right foot. And then I'm going to step my left foot out as a base. Right hand, so basically you have 3 points of contact. Okay? I stay rooted to the earth, I rise, left arm extends. So this is a very beginner friendly plank pose. We curl back. Touch the earth, step back. Left foot, right foot extends out. If for some reason you're like, I can't hold that, you can bring your back knee to the mat as well and extend, okay? But otherwise, leg like so, extend through the arm, curl back, touch the earth, step back. Lower the knees. Okay, so this is where we'll use our block, and if you don't have one yet, then you can also just hold the hands like so, okay, interlaced. If you have a block, I like to work with the block. I'm gonna do dolphin variation. So elbows underneath the heads of the arm bones. I like to hold my block like so, and then I lift. I walk in. I can work with the knees bent here. I'm not resting my head on the block. I look forward. It's intended to be a forearm balance. Look forward. Super strengthening for the upper body. Okay. So now we can shift to the left leg for a little more challenge. Right leg lifts. We open. Lower right. Left leg lifts. Lower left. So if you want, you could rest here, or those of you guys want a little bit more, you can come back to dolphin plank. We then walk forward and we release. Place the hands, coming back, and downward dog. Okay, so next, Vashisthasana variation. Still very basic, but if you need, you can go to the first one by stepping the foot out. So we roll to the outer edge of the right foot and we stack the left foot on top of the right, or you can be here if you need. And then release. Place your hands, look forward, align the left hand with the left foot in one line there. I roll to the outer edge, I stack the right foot on top, right arm, and then release. Touch down, come back, downward dog. We're going to bring the right shin forward, like so. And we're going to shorten it up a bit. So traditional pigeon, we come here. I want you to shorten it just a hair. It just makes us engage a little bit more deeply. Now we press down through the back toe, lengthen, tone the belly. So we want to keep the legs strong and engaged, and then the arms extend. Right knee should be wider than the shoulders, so meaning the right shoulder, that is. Touch the earth, step back, and then left shin forward. So my shin is at an angle back, like so, with the knee wide. Shorter stance, engage the legs, inhale, extend. Back toes curling, pressing, and then release. We touch down, and then we can just come right into a seated position, rolling to the left glute, and we swing the legs back around. And so all of these sequences so far have been a bit similar. Like, you'll see a lot of the poses repeated, and that's really good as a beginner, you know. It's just to see something a few times, a little repetition. So again, that was more poses that would be focused towards strength, sweating, definitely working in the poses. And so much of strength is alignment. How we line everything up, muscle energy, organic extension, internal, external rotation, and just really getting into the intricacies of the alignment. So thank you so very much for checking it out, and we'll have the next video to come. Have a great day.